Welcome to the programme. First of all, what does Christmas look like in those Palestinian territories?
Pardon? I didn't hear.
What does Christmas look like at the moment in those Palestinian territories?
Well, of course, because of the closures and because of the COVID, and the airport is closed and the borders are closed, so we are more celebrating, here as a local community. But at the same time, my message, on this Christmas is a message of love. God's love was revealed among us in this way. God sent His Son into the world so that we may live through Him. I mean, John exhorts believers to live out the presence of God's love in their lives. God's revelation through the birth of the babe of Bethlehem is but a vivid sign that God's true nature is love. This is the reason that he writes, God is love. John Calvin, the reformer, said the birth of Christ is so illustrious and a singular proof of divine love towards us. Wherever we look upon him, Jesus fully confirms us the truth that God is love. My second point would be that, yes, the heads of churches in Jerusalem have, as the shepherds of their people, have raised, the issue of the challenging facing the Christian community in Jerusalem and in the Holy Land. The population has been in decline from 12% to 2%. At the same time, you see, there are radical Israeli organized groups that sometimes the heads of churches feel they are intimidating, the people, and sometimes taking the Christian property in illegal, twisted deals, for example, in Jaffa Gate. And this is the reason that why is it so important for us as Christians? Because it's a pilgrim route. It's the Christian heritage. It's a pilgrim route for the local Palestinians and for the international to go to the Holy Sepulchre Church. And what we are asking, as a Christian community, is that the rule of law should be applied to every citizen or resident of this country. And those radical groups who are doing this must be taken to justice. Secondly, what is Jerusalem without the Christian community? The Christian community is an integral part of Jerusalem and of its people. And my third point, that we, the heads of churches, have written all the time and have spoken that Jerusalem is for the three religions, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, and Palestinians and Israelis. Any missing of these elements, there won't be peace based on justice in Jerusalem. This is the reason, you see, we want to care for our Christian community, here in Jerusalem.
And maybe Christmas is a time of year when people can more come together. I worry, though, sometimes about the wider Middle East and North Africa. We hear terrible persecution of Christians, particularly from some of the more violent regimes that have sprung up. If we look across at what's happened in Afghanistan just this summer as well, some really, really huge troubles for Christians as well. What is your message to people who feel like they are living under a more despotic regime now, where there's greater subjugation?
Very, very clearly, you see, that we are not persecuted, in this part of the world. We cannot generalize the persecution. We are speaking of radical groups who are doing it. My message to those who are persecuted or who are feeling, they are lonely in every part of the world, that they should this Christmas feel the love of God and feel that they are not left alone in this world. We not only pray for them, we will support them. This is an integral part of our Christian witness, to be a living witness. Our suffering in itself, whatever it is a living witness for the birth of Jesus Christ and for his love to us. And we must show this love to every human being, even for those, we pray for those who persecute us or oppress us. And we pray for those who are persecuted, because our Christ, who has suffered on the cross, has given us life and life abundantly. This is the reason my message is, first of love, love God and love your neighbor as yourself. And my second message, that as Jesus told us, I have come to give you life and life abundantly and life with dignity. And that's what we are really working for. And we have to work together as Christians and be in solidarity, supporting each other, not only in prayer, but standing together wherever there is, a wrong thing, we must address it.